Today's quick and easy treat is vegan Pina Colada Scones, and they're sugar-free. So if you have a vegan coming over, want to do a little brunch, have no idea what to make for them, this is the perfect recipe. They're light, they're flaky, they're sweet. Now with our oven set at 400 degrees, preheating that, I actually put a cast iron pan in the oven to heat up, so when I put the scones onto it, they already start to rise in cooking. We're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, we're just going to add a pinch of salt, 1 cup of Splenda, 1/2 cup shredded coconut, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and we're going to mix all our dry ingredients together quickly. Now the only thing that really takes time with this is the margarine. We will be using margarine, not butter, being vegan. So that if you have a date over for the evening and you're looking for something quick for breakfast and they just happen to be vegan, perfect breakfast item. We're just going to sit here and shred this margarine up into our flour mixture. Once our frozen margarine is shredded up, we gently mix it into the dry ingredients to get as much butter covered in our dry mix as possible. This frozen butter will actually help the scones rise and give them a nice flaky body to them. And now we go with the wet ingredients. We start with a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of lime juice, kind of lightly mix that. Now we're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of coconut cream. Depending on the consistency of your coconut cream, you may have to add a little bit more to get the right dough. But you won't know that till it's all well mixed in. Now once you have that fairly mixed in, we're going to get into it with our hands. Just take your dough, keep balling it, put it back into the dry mixture as much as possible. You're going to be just a little on the damp side, but that makes it just perfect. Now once you've got all the dry ingredients mixed in, we're going to fold the dough. What we're doing is we're creating layers so that we get flaky little layers throughout the scones. Now the final step is adding a 6-ounce package of dried pineapple. And we just throw that right in there. And then we can start working that pineapple into our dough. Fold it a few more times, maybe put a little flour on your hands to keep it from sticking too much. And we fold and we fold and we fold. You don't want to do it to a point where it starts getting hot. Now see, we're going to need just a touch more flour in here. It's a little bit wet. But you'll be able to tell. There, see how that's starting to come out nicely? We fold it several times. Now we have our pineapple spread all the way through the dough of the scones. And yes, you're going to have to wash your hands. Being in the restaurant business for so long, I probably still wash my hands 50 to 100 times a day. Now we'll take our dough ball off, out, and round it up. So we have an actual ball. Now flour your surface fairly liberally so it doesn't stick to it. And then we're going to flatten it out. Oh, look at all those nice big chunks of pineapple in there. Oh, it's delicious. I have a friend here who's a vegan. And I made this the first time for them. And I'm telling you, of all the scones I make, this is probably the tastiest. Even though it doesn't have the butter and the cream and everything in it. So we have it flattened out nicely now. Now we're going to cut the scones. Just a simple pastry tool. You can pick it up at the dollar store. If you do any kind of baking, you probably have one. You know, it's just a simple board scraper, but it makes your life so much easier. And now we're ready to go in the oven. The final touch on these scones is to lightly brush them with the margarine, melted margarine. And then give them a light sprinkle of the coconut, which we're going to throw back into the oven for about a minute just to toast it a little bit to give them a little more color. Now that we've added a nice toasty coconut taste to them, they're ready for any kind of brunch. Yes, they are vegan, but you'll never know it. Now that you have your scones and munching down on them and realizing just how delicious they are, do me a favor. Subscribe to my page, give me a like, and I'll try and do even more baking, especially with some vegan items. Just because you're a vegan doesn't mean you can't have great taste. So, thanks a lot. Until my next recipe, keep checking back. Alright, have a good day. Bye.